What's up, guys? Welcome back to Before Time Began. First of all, I want to point out, shouldn't have put all those M&Ms in my mouth. I want to point out that I had to write this backwards so that you can see what it says. I'm very proud of myself for that. It's just backwards. But it's fine. Ignore it. Anyways, let's get going with today's video. So, it's a new year. It's a big goal. Made it through 2018. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's 2019 and I figured I would do a recap of some of my favorite things that I did, that I listened to, that I read, that I watched in 2018. I wanted to show you some of the books that I read in 2018, and I like to read. I love reading books. I think it's great. It's fun, all that stuff. But I'm not very good at it, and like, not that I'm not good at, like, I can read. I'm fine. I am homeschooled, but you know, it's fine. Anyways, so like, it's not that I don't like reading. It's just like I like reading, but I'm not like a reading fanatic, and so like sometimes I'll start a book and I'll read through it halfway and then I'll start another book and get distracted, and like, so some of these books I haven't actually technically finished yet. I'm like in the middle of them, but to the point I've gotten, it's been really good. So yeah, just wanted to share with you some of the books. So I guess I'll start with the books that I have actually finished. So the first one is This Changes Everything by Jaquelle Crowe. So this summer, my youth group actually read through this book together, and it is so good. And there's a name for this. I don't know what it's called, but like the extra tagline or whatever that's called. I know it's called something and I'm just blanking. But anyways, it's how the gospel transforms the teen years. And honestly, if you're older than you're in college or whatever, or you're an adult, still read this book. Like, it's still amazing no matter what age you are. Like, it's geared toward teens, but it's relevant to everyone. But so I'll tell you just like a little bit of what it's about. So it's about how the gospel changes. There are 8 different chapters, and it's on our identity, our story, our community, our sin, our disciplines, our growth, our time, and our relationships. So it's how the gospel transforms and changes all those things. And Jaquelle was actually like 18 when she wrote this book. So she knows, it's a teen talking to teens about the gospel, and it's amazing. It's so good. It's life-changing. Like, I have so many notes in this book. Like, I highlighted so many things because it was just stellar, out of this world. It was so good. So next one, this one's different. I don't really read, normally when I read books, I either read like missionary biographies or just like informational books like This Changes Everything. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit because a lot of my friends have been talking about this book and how good it is, and that is Redeeming Love. Do want to say a note real quick. If you want to read this book, definitely ask your parents before you read it, or ask your mom, because like there's just some things in it that are like, if you're 13, you probably shouldn't be reading it. It's the story of Hosea and his wife Gomer, but it's like in a different time period in like America, and it's kind of the same story. And if you're familiar with that story of Gomer and Hosea, Gomer was a prostitute and Hosea took her as his wife because God called him to do that. So that's why, like, definitely ask your parents before you read it. But it's a really good book, and it's really intimidating because when you look at it, it's really big and really thick. And I did not, like, at first when I saw it, I was like, holy cow, this book is like 500 pages, like, I can't do this. But it's so good. It will just kind of wrap you in, and the pages go by really fast. I got this book for Christmas. I have like 1 chapter left in it. That is Gay Girl, Good God by Jackie Hill Perry. And it is about, Jackie Hill Perry was lesbian, and then she met Jesus and turned from her sin and started just pursuing Jesus. And it is her story. And alongside of her story, there's some like self-help chapters kind of thing in the back. that talk about like same-sex attraction and identity and same-sex attraction and endurance, and just like, so this is something, if this is a sin that you struggle with, buy this book like right this second. Like, it is so good, and it is so helpful and insightful and true. She uses so many biblical references in all she's saying, and it's just like so biblically grounded, and it's really good. Love Jackie Hill Perry. Definitely check her out. Another book that I have been reading, and I'm still actually kind of not finished with, is The Secret Thoughts of an Unlikely Convert. This is about Rosaria Butterfield and her journey. She was a lesbian as well, and she found Jesus, and just her journey in the faith and stuff. She is an English professor, so definitely if you are someone who thinks critically, if you're like, you think academically, I guess is a way to say that, check this one out too. It's really good. She's not the same denomination as I am, so some of the things like I don't agree with necessarily. It's not gospel issues though, so it's not really a big deal. But definitely all of these books, ask your parents before you read them, no matter what. I've been trying this year just to learn more about LGBTQ plus whatever, and my views on that, and my where I stand and where the gospel stands and where the Bible is. And I've just been trying to understand, because I don't struggle with that sin, and so I don't understand what it's like. I don't understand how to reach those people, and so I've just been trying to fill my head with knowledge about that community so that I can better reach that community. So that's been kind of one of my goals, I guess. It's not really been a goal, it's just, I just want to know more about it so I can effectively reach them. Some other really cool things about this year that I love. So 2 of my songs, my favorite songs coming out of 2018, definitely 110% LOVKN. So he is a Christian worship artist, and it's just like, he's super real, he's super raw, and he's like amazing. He's amazing. Definitely check him out, and I'll put a link to his website in the description below. My favorite song of his is You Know It's Best For Me, because that has just been kind of my battle cry going into senior year and being in senior year and going into college and like all these transitional things. And the chorus says, if it comes today, you are good. If it's here tomorrow, you are good. And if I gotta wait till I see you face to face, you are good, and you know it's best for me. And it's just a really great song, and all of his songs are really good, and they're just so chill, and like, they're just so good. You just need to go listen to them. It's really good. I actually just got back from Passion in Washington, D.C. with my church, and one of the songs that Carrie Job sang the first night was actually a Sarah Reeves song, and I don't really listen to Sarah Reeves. Honestly and truly, I listen to a lot of indie worship artists more so than kind of mainstream artists, but she has this song that's called Just Want You, and it's so good. The chorus says, I don't want it if you're not in it, I just want you, and it's just so good. It's so good. I love that song, and that's kind of my battle cry or whatever going into senior year as well. They're both just really kind of speak to me. Yeah, I've experienced a lot of new and exciting things this year. So the year started off with a bang. I debuted as Strawberry Jams with a Z at my first actual real life event. If you didn't see my video about that's like about me and I talk about myself, so conceited, then check that out. But in that video I talk about how I am a rapper, and like I'll write raps for different church events and then like rap them, you know, at the church events. So we have, I don't know if any of you are familiar with D now, but we have sort of a D-Now-like thing throughout our community. It's called Motown Madness, and there are probably like 12 churches throughout our community who participate in this, and we all come together, and it's really awesome when we stay in host homes, and like, it's really cool. But anyways, so I wrote a rap for Motown Madness, and they actually ended up letting me rap it on stage. My name's Strawberry James Weezy. I'm gonna tear this place down. Madness time in Motown, don't tell us now to calm down. We're gonna light up this whole town. Why would you say we're all brown? Looking forward to this day for one whole year. Now it's here, and I'm here with all my crew. The sessions are Big John, Nick, legit, stop singing like this. Don't sleep at night, we're getting really tight. Too much food, but my soul feels real new. Oh boy, lots of churches, what you've been to. Got to say, witness this year, we have fair weather. New logo this time, Jesus on my mind, it's Motown Madness, and you know it's a rest, hold nothing back, no need to hit the sun. Yeah! And it was so cool. It was like, dreams come true, like, ah! And I actually, the really cool thing about it though was, like, a week after that, I went to my friend's, like, party, and like 5 people at this party recognized me, and they're like, Strawberry Jams! I was like, yeah, that's me! And like, it was super cool. But that made me feel really famous. I was like, I know what it's like to be famous now. But yeah, it was really fun. Also, going to the Dominican was definitely a highlight of my year. My first overseas mission trip. If you didn't check out my highlight video, check that out too. Getting my braces off. Heck yeah, that was amazing. I'd had my braces on for like 5.5 years, and so that was a big moment. That was a really big moment, and I love my smile now. I do actually floss. You need to floss, kids. Like, you don't realize your teeth are dirty and need flossing until you floss. So definitely floss. That's my advice to all you people out there. Floss your teeth. Floss them. Also do the floss dance. I ran my first half marathon this year. That was pretty legit. That was awesome, actually. 10 out of 10 would recommend, and will be doing it again. I hope to, so kind of I guess my goal for this year would be to run at least 2 half marathons, which I think would be absolutely crazy awesome. Because it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. And you don't think running for 2.5 hours would be really fun, but it is, especially when you meet so many like eclectic and cool people along the way. And I really didn't start hurting till like mile 10, and it wasn't like hurting, it was just like mentally I was exhausted. So, but you keep going, and then at the end you're like, holy cow, I didn't stop for like 30.1 miles. That was crazy. I started actually running out with this guy in a kilt, and that was really cool to me. I thought that was pretty dope. Also went snowboarding for the first time. Basically got it, like was getting it. Life could be a dream. Life could be a dream. It was pretty great. Yeah, that was really cool. So I'm not really a New Year's resolution type person, because in my eyes, I think like every single day is a new start. You know, every single day I should get up and wake up and want to be better than I was yesterday kind of thing, which I do not do that at all, but that's what I need to do. And so my thing is, just because the date on the calendar has changed doesn't mean that all of a sudden magically I'll start doing this. Yes, I can strive to be better, but I can strive to be better no matter what year it is or no matter what day it is. That's kind of what I try to remind myself, especially when I'm just like, I'm caught in a slump or whatever. I think, you know, today was bad, but tomorrow doesn't have to be bad. Today does not define tomorrow. And so I try to remember that and just keep going with my life. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching this video, and yeah, I'll put the link for all the books and music that I mentioned below, so you can check those out. Let me know what you think of them. Let them know what you think of them. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, liking, and commenting on this video. You're the best.
If it comes today, you are good. If it's here tomorrow, you are good. If I gotta wait till I see you face to face, it's still good. And you know what's best for me.